We don't have third and fourth and fifth graders being taught that they're bad, but we do have hate. So why is that bill not important enough for you to move that we put it on special order, since a lot of us in the body are interested in debating that bill and at least getting a vote on it?
I appreciate you putting it into that context, because I will tell you, this bill actually has the potential to address hate. That bill doesn't. This bill actually has the ability to teach children appropriately in order to avoid them from growing up and engaging in hateful activities. That bill doesn't do anything, but it's a show.
Well, how can that bill not address hate when one of the main things that bill does is that if a person is found guilty of a crime and then the jury finds that that crime was committed because of hate, it gives them a more strict punishment. So how could that bill not address hate?
That's not going to change how people act.
Well,
if somebody's going to come up and assault you and beat you to the point of death, you think they're going to be deterred because they might get an additional penalty?
No. What I'm saying, Senator, is that you're an attorney. I don't know how much criminal law you practice, but we don't have, I don't think, any bills that you know that stops people from committing crimes. But we do have laws that say, but if you commit this crime, this is going to be your punishment.
That's right.
And if you commit a crime and it's determined it was based on hate, your punishment is going to be more severe. So to me, and to 48 other states, that bill does deal with hate, but we can agree to disagree.
I think if you... Maybe I shouldn't speak this from this position, but I'll say this. The issue that leads to hate, the issue that we have, whether it be locally or everywhere else, the problem, my friend, is sin. Right? The problem is sin. The diagnosis has been made. The question is how you address it. There is nothing, there are a number of things about that bill that you're interested in that I think are not productive at all. But the bill does not address that issue. We ought to teach children what people have done to other people. Because, frankly, because of sin, right? People have, and we're afraid to talk about it sometimes, but the reality is that Satan works very powerfully in the minds of men and women. We allow it to happen too much. This gives a framework to help teach children what has happened in the past so that we don't do that in the future. Imposing an additional penalty on something is not going to affect that thinking. Right? Further dividing
we can agree to disagree
on
that. We can agree to disagree on that.
If somebody's going to assault you or attack you because of what they perceive of your religion or your race or whatever else, they ain't worried about what an additional penalty is.
Well, if they're not worrying about it, and since it's happening more and more.
It's happening more and more in all these 48 states that have got it.
Let me ask my question, though. But I'm saying that since it's getting worse and worse, why can't we have legislation that make the punishment more severe?
Because it's working so great in all those 48 states.
Well, I think the victims of these crimes would probably agree that the punishment should be more severe. I'm trying to get to my last question.